Good morning, welcome to Satsang. We have many tools with us to be always busy. We have senses, we have emotions, we have the thinking power. That makes us really very busy. So all that is a machinery which is lived by somebody, of course. But if you have the search of who am I in reality, is there any essence and not only sense, you will see that it will not be through any tool, it will not be an attainment. It is just a matter of giving space to what's already there, which is not objectified if we want to see the essence. It will not be objectified. Otherwise everything is that sure. It rises from here and disappears here. So it's not an attainment. Just leave a space for what is. Without entering into any movement of the mind, any loop to try to see what it is, or experience it, or understanding it. A free space. What's left is what you are, or is what is. And that's it. Once you know that, you have not to search for it, you know. It's there. It's a matter of being busy or not. The obviousness of it is a matter of being busy or not. So it really shows that to attain any state is of no use here. It is just to delay what you can see just now. No state, no behavior, no experience, no understanding. Comprehends that. And even that understanding, to tell so, is an indication to show that here you have not to stop at anything which appears to realize, to have a self-realization. If I'm not clear, it's your birthright to ask, to tell, to whatever. Once it is obvious, you see, the idea, the belief, the concept of bringing that into time is absolutely absurd and gives more trouble than anything else, because time is an expression of it. And why we call it time, it's because it looks like it starts, it has a span of time, it disappears. So it's really, really a movement. And a movement will remain a movement. And if it doesn't remain, it means you are not in movement, you are not in time. And any state, whatever attained, will always be temporary, always. And if it looks to you that it is not, it's because you put yourself in a certain state to always try to maintain what you think is real. It's some practice, very strong practices of meditation, of those who live in caves and so on. That's what they do, and that's how they are deluded also. So it's of no use to try to maintain that in this manifestation, in this creation, which is that itself, but in forms. So meant not to last in a certain way. That's why I'm very reluctant to speak of illusion or of Maya. Because as soon as it is expressed, it's like a something, a concept of what appears. If it is called illusion or Maya, it becomes something else than what's real. Everything is that. Everything in its substance is real. If you need to be sure or to stop searching, then you see the essence not in time. But from there you see that whatever appears in time is that itself. Where is the illusion? The illusion is to think that only what appears exists. But what appears is not an illusion. You have just to know the substance of it. And its substance is that. But as it appears, it's in time, so of course it comes and goes. Yeah.
Morning, Ganga.
Good morning.
I want to ask, how does one, or me, honor the Master and the pointings while not falling into duality that still sees a separation as in let's say, master disciple? Because
You-
I see it gives
yeah.
rise to still thoughts like, but then I still are not there, or I'm not it, because I see that separation, but still, because there is not, how can I say it?
You see, there is a master as long as you keep your own shape. If you keep your own shape and you need help in this matter, so you will call the directions, the finger, the master, the guru, which when you translate, it dispels the ignorance. Yeah, not by giving more concepts, but by removing concepts. In reality, is there any shape in reality? Is there any form in reality? I ask you.
I would say yes and no. But in essence,
Yeah, but if you say yes and no, you would not call the other one a master and you a student. You are equal human beings. Because you have seen your nature. So you said, I don't remember my question, but you said yes, there is no form in the substance, so where is the master, where is the student? But even in the form, if you have seen there is actually in the essence no form, so in the forms we are all equal. We are even equal to a microbe. All essence is the shape which is different. So there will be no game like master-disciples anymore. So if there is still a need and a so-called reality in master-disciples connection or relation, it means you kept still your shape.
this I see, and this
Yeah.
I find very hard.
But that's why the master tells you, just see, are you the body?
No.
So why you go into a problem of the body, of the identification with the body? You identify in this reality, sure, but you know the game or you don't know the game. This is it. So for example, I can imagine Papaji Master would appear just now. Lucky you, but okay. For me, surely I gave him the shape of the Master. But in truth, if you ask me in truth, there is nobody here. But as we speak and we are in stories, of course he was my master. And he is my master in the story. But you see, we are in Satsang. So it's really to take the risk that maybe things are not as they appear in reality.
Thank you. That helps a lot, what you said.
Okay. I'm happy for you then.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have to say now you have me completely confused about what is reality. I cannot put anything to that word anymore.
Yeah, but you are lucky maybe. Because you see, when I use that word, is from where I don't search anymore. Is from where whatever arises is not taken into account if the need is to speak about something else than the creation. I cannot say more. I don't know what it is. And I will surely not make the mistake to try to know.
Okay.
I am it, as you are. That's what I say. It's just not an attainment that you suddenly saw, which can be with revelations and all that, but they come and go anyway, those revelations, and they go and changing. You can write books, myriads of books. That's all the books. It's about revelations. All of them. What I wanted, I forgot now what I wanted to say. Yeah. I think it's of a great luck to it's not somebody, but to have abandoned, don't ask me how it happens, whatever, or who does it, but to have abandoned the need to know, to experience that. Life is experiences. And you can also have experience of eternity, of the absolute aspect of yourself, of being nobody, and so on. Sure, but it comes and goes. And that, when you are not in the mind or the senses or the emotion, the need to know what it is just disappears. You see?
Okay.
And that's of great luck. Yeah. Yeah, because you will live the life as it is your life, even better in a way. More suffering maybe, but more joy too. You know, it's like that. You don't need layers of attaining anything. Oh, can I explain more? Ask me something more if it is needed, please.
No, it's just of course, it's an experience. How else can I express it? You know, you talk about the split second,
Yeah.
and something happens, and you know, may see a different reality, but it comes and goes, so it belongs also to time. And
the event of the split second.
Yes. So when you say split second, you talk about time, huh? Second is
I know, but it's, you know, it's an indication. It's, first of all, we speak of something which really is not possible to speak about. You can give several definitions, and it is full of definitions, but still they are limited because it's a definition. Okay? Oops, sorry. So when I know it's a problem, but also why we speak in this way? Because generally, for example, I have someone who feels he's in time. So, he's in time in the creation, as I am looking, I am in the creation. But if it is about the essence, what is, and where there is no differences of forms or whatever, then it is expressed, it's in a split second, because it is just now. Whatever you have as an experience, let it be senses, emotions, or it's here. But if you dedicate, means if you are open to leave a space without going to senses, emotions, and mind, it will be in a split second, because it cannot be a state. So it's like you give a chance not to be there, because you don't go into your senses, emotions, and mind. And so what is here is that. So it means you don't need to try to attain it, or you have to understand if you attain anything, it's not yet that, because there is someone who can say, oh, it's like this, or it's not like this, and so on. So that split second, I would love to say, forget about that. Yet, you see, if you don't give a split second in your life,
It's okay. It has to be somehow expressed too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just to remove the concept of a slow approach or a transformation which brings you there and so on. In that way. In that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. You know, I don't know if you know the sculptures of Giacometti, but it's a sculpture who did always unachieved sculptures. And I found it amazing. Why? Not because it's more beautiful, but he dared in a split second to leave the work on it to see something else. It's an image, huh? But who cares how you appear here? Because it's not about an appearance. So if you are not feeling ready, if you are not, oh, I am not yet there, or I don't understand, it's all it's all speaking about a state or an experience. But here in Satsang, it's to show the essence. So it doesn't count. Whatever is going on here, it doesn't count. So you can leave your mind as it is, even if it tells you, oh, it's not for me, or this and that, or whatever, whatever. And that will always be just now.
This is not really a question, but even the last satsang, you mentioned it, Ganga, that you said you had a solid background and you never took the event for it. And when I look at the history...
Finally.
Huh?
Finally.
Yeah. And when I look at all this, Lao Tzu sees a leaf fall from the tree. Ramana is dying. Papaji hears a word.
He's dying, Ramana.
Yeah. Ramana
that
is dying.
experience.
Papaji hears a word.
He what?
Hears a word from
yeah.
Ramana. Ramakrishna sees birds, white birds, against the black sky. Tony Parson walks in the park, and all of them have a memory or something, so to speak, something in time.
Yes, I know.
And I all remember it.
Yeah, sure, me too, I remember. As I remember when I fell in love with my first boyfriend, well, you know, it's like big events you remember. Even if slowly they fade away, but you still remember. Oh, big events you remember? Sure, it's a big event. As an event.
But you didn't take it, the event. You didn't take it for it.
But
That's
I
what you
took
see.
it because I lived it, but I didn't take it as significant, because then it's against an experience. In that
Exactly,
way, I had a good
exactly.
background.
Yeah.
I finally saw where it was indicated to tell, keep quiet or don't land anywhere.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. But definitively, this event, and I insist, this experience, that by real luck I didn't take it for that itself, made the seeker disappear once for all. I'm still searching for a good tea and all that, but I speak about the substance. So it's a big event, yeah. And yeah. Now I may speak out of my own experience, and some people, as I say, some people, it's maybe different for some other people in the manifestation. Should be, maybe, because everything is possible in display. So, but I cannot speak like that. I speak as I know, what I know. Yeah? You know the difference I see? Those who have a glimpse. So, what happened? They were not there for a split second. Generally, glimpses, like anything else of that kind, doesn't last in time. When they come out, the mind comments, oh, I'm myself, oh, finally, this is it, whatever, but it is in those terms. And if you continue to listen to your mind, you will say, yes, it's formless, this and that, and all a full teaching comes out. And if you had before the desire to be a teacher or a messiah, you will teach this way. And it will be the, how you call that, the slow way, there is a name for that. Huh? Yeah, the gradual way. The gradual way. Now, if you have not listened to your mind, though it was blowing your mind, it's an event, it's an experience, but you don't go there because you have understood if your mind is blown, it's because you were attached to the opposite, and all that is just the fantasy of the mind. Mind cannot speak differently to you. So if you are no more deluded by your mind, you will absolutely not teach the gradual way. Because what you saw, it's always here. I'm always here. And definitively, it was not because I suddenly became better and better and better student or disciple or whatever, that I assure you. Surely not. I was not the best disciple in that way, in the form of sainthood or whatever, or the good disciple. So I was completely a raw chick. I mean, yeah.
It's a bit of a freestyle because I don't know from where to start, but I there is, when you spoke about who told you that to be liberated is to find something, that there is still a place in me that sometimes there is a confusion between, let's say, I am it and to give myself this moment, but I still look for something, not to use any tools. Many things that you said are like that, like, let's say, the tool of not painting anymore. Like, let's say, to stop taking the brush to create a scene that fits some image. No, it's and when I stop doing it, I'm still trying to find some.
Yeah, because you see, it's not that you have to stop anything. This is the problem. If you take an experience for it, it's based on what? It's based on what? The search is based on what? I am ignorant, I have to be enlightened. It's based on a very wrong platform. Why you say you are ignorant? Because you have an image or you read images of enlightenment and it doesn't fit your experience. So again I say, the indication is don't listen to your mind at all. What ignorance? What not enlightenment? What? You refer to what? To some concepts of other people? It's freedom, liberation from the tyranny of the mind. Let it be from a high Buddha who is telling a concept or not. I mean, no, you have not to listen to anybody. But you have to listen as long as you listen to your own mind. Because then you have to hear again and again, don't listen to your mind. Because you will not attain something your mind imagine. You will not attain that. And if you attain, okay, good luck, and then the journey is not finished. But that's what I say. There was never an illusion. What makes you think you are not that in the being? What makes you believe? You believe in your senses, in your emotions, and in your mind. And the full journey we make is to try to see it more and more accurately. Oh, I still go there. Nothing wrong for the person, but if I give a moment to be freed from the person and all his concepts, because the person is a concept, I have not to go there, nor to enlightenment, nor to ignorance. But people, they sit on ignorance and then they go for enlightenment. This is very wrong. It's all in the mind only.
Is it possible, like, that that I know, like, that, let's say, the indication of the essence, I'm always reminding myself, but still, is it possible that, let's say, I've seen and I still go back to the shore? Is it like, is it?
But
is
you
it
don't need to see, you are it. It's the mind which speaks. I will see one day. If I don't see, I'm not yet there, and so on. You listen to your mind only. I know myself, it may take time, but you have to hear it again and again, huh? Or not, some people take it just like that, but generally speaking. So, it's because we listen to our mind. And you know, more and more you have the knowledge of that subject, more and more you are sure, I know all about it, and still it's not it. But I mean, what to do?
exactly what I wanted to ask you? This was the thing.
Because there is not possible. The problem is the language. You see, we speak of self-knowledge. Okay, even myself, because we have to say something, but in the self there is no knowledge. And this thing of self-knowledge, then you think, oh yeah, now I know the whole thing. What? I think you know less and less because you don't know what it is. And about the creation, it's a real mystery you will never know too. So imagine self-knowledge. If you want to be a pandit, yeah, there are many pandits here. We know the subject. Some are a bit more with good degrees and so or less degrees, okay, in the pandit world. Pandit means learned person into the scriptures. But we don't come for being somebody here, to be somebody here. So, indication. But if you want to be really, even indication, it's to admit that the other what? Yeah, but because he believes in his mind, so the need of indication to just try to let him just keep quiet prior he grasped his question or understanding or experience, that is the indication. Otherwise, what the indication? So no, if there is still a question or a consideration in the mind, it's the mind. It is as simple as that in the end, you know. And if you know it's the mind, okay, it's the mind. Am I the mind? Surely not, I see it and it expresses itself. So I keep quiet. But not as somebody keeping quiet, I mean, let it be. Whatever.
I feel like it's a comedy now.
You can relax. You have not lost anything. And you see, the relaxation is in the mind. So, But it's great to see that, because then if I'm not relaxed, it means I have not lost myself. Relaxation is in the mind only. It will never be what we know. Never. It is that, but then in a shape. So, but if we speak of very difficult not to say a word. But that's the whole problem. Problem, or it's a luck in life to be relaxed. It's a luck in life to, through some practice, let it be martial art, and let it be meditation, let it be whatever, or extreme sports, you have moments of let go, giving up, and then you feel so good, and so it looks so more real, isn't it? But they are states. It's an experience. So it's not about the substance is not about a certain shape of the mind. Certain shapes of the mind is to help you better in life, maybe. Not even maybe, surely. And why not? Of course. But satsang is to try to show that. Don't confuse it with an experience. Don't confuse it with a revelation. Even I say the obviousness of it, you see, I speak of obviousness of it. It is an experience. But once you have really seen, you love this experience of obviousness when you just keep quiet like that. But you know, it's not only contained in the obviousness, because next it will be whatever it is, active. And then you don't search, I have to put this obviousness also when it's active, and then it becomes a complication, like a spiritual tragedy. Yes, yes. So at least you keep quiet. I have nothing else to say, you see. If there was something else to say, I would not even say anything. I'm not passionate by states at all. What is my passion is to try to tell you, don't confuse it with an experience. That's all I say. That's all I say. I have no other passion. I don't need to teach. But this passion I have. So I enjoy my passion.
I do too.
Great. At least I have one who likes it.
You know, when you're talking about the truth, and I I'm listening to it, it's like the way I'm listening to it, when my mind says, okay, I understand it, and you're destroying every concept that I have, then I'm actually getting really depressed.
Yeah, but it's a movement of the mind, the
Yes,
depression.
I understand.
You know, I say, I am desperate, I am despaired. I am despaired because I have absolutely no hope and no whatever.
Right.
But I am very strangely a very joyful despair, because these are movements of the mind.
Yes, I just wanted to tell you that
Okay, sorry.
if I listen, not directly to your words, but somehow let it sink in, because if I listen from my mind, I have a hard time
Sure,
to take your information,
sure.
which is just an information
Sure.
from my mind, and try to assimilate it.
No, don't do that.
And it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't
It-
work. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
just-
horrible. Exactly. It is. It is. But you know, the joy of it comes when I'm looking at it differently and experience
When you are adjusted,
the split second when, you know, there is no concept. It's so freeing, and it's also kind of a moment of total fun, you know. It's very funny when you look at all the stuff,
you can laugh.
and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, yeah, it's funny. The whole years of searching and everything else becomes kind of a, yeah, there is no resentfulness or anything. It's just
Very
like,
good.
it's just like, my God, this is funny, you know. It's like a joke almost.
Yeah.
So
And then when you said all that and you had a good laugh, you forget also what you say.
okay,
Yeah.
is that your advice?
Yeah, yeah, because sometimes it will not be funny.
Yes.
But then it's about the life.
I had enough
We-
of the no
yeah.
funny.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, thank
I
you.
think you so. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Hi, Ganga.
Hi.
I'm just reminded when someone once asked Papaji, "Do you still have to be vigilant?" And he replied, "Yes, for the rest of my life." Could you say a little bit more about that? What does he mean by that?
Well, normally when he said that, it was to be understood directly. You would not need a comment of somebody else. Now, if you ask, I would say differently, but it means the same. Because I know that the word vigilance is charged. It's charged with efforts. Because in the journey, we try to be very vigilant, not to be caught by the mind and so on. So, in a way, it would not be my word. But this is exactly the same, of course. Otherwise, I would not even say a word. As I see, when life continues, whatever happens that you're identified and then suddenly your mind just laughs about your own movie and say, what's all this? And then you stop in a natural way because you know the price or the pricelessness, I would say. You know the luck not to search anymore. It's a big luck for someone. not to be a seeker anymore, not to be somebody special, because the special is the substance, it's not somebody being this or that. Then it's like a love affair. You see, even if you are away from your lover, you are in Cochinchine or in China, let's say, and he is in Alfambras, what happens? You will be busy and all that, and suddenly you remember, oh, my love. It's like that, the vigilance. So it's a natural process. You have not to worry about that. And
It's
some are more in love in the life than others, but that's question of degree, doesn't count. Some people are more intense and some are more quiet. Yeah, that's what I say. And I would add, this mind, you know, whatever happened or whatever has been seen about the mind still is scanning. So there is a kind of, I would call it wisdom, not to trust it. So in that way you can say, be vigilant. But it's not like be vigilant so that you get enlightenment. It's a vigilance, you are yourself. So it's a vigilance in the life. Because you have been very lucky. I don't know if I speak well about that.
It feels like it also avoids like taking any ultimate conclusion somehow or self-definition, and like keep some looking fresh in a way, like some freshness. Yeah, but thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for what you said.
It's fresh, yes. When it's alive, it's fresh. It defies the time. So you are still searching or not?
Searching, I don't know if it's the right word, but...
What would be your word?
Maybe still like self-confirming, I feel.
And you wait the confirmation from outside?
No, inside.
Okay, and who could be there who can confirm when it disappears, when it goes there?
Yeah.
Confirmation is only in the world.
Mm-hmm. It feels more there is still I don't know if it's joy, but an inner contentment in kind of abiding more in oneself. Just still sitting in myself, and I feel that has a place still.
Yeah, it's a place of, it's a refuge.
Yeah.
Somehow it's a refuge. But then you see, when you go, if there is a refuge, it means there is an in and out. That's a problem.
Yes.
Okay. Who goes in, who goes out?
That's where vigilance
It's
maybe.
not the self. It's not the self who goes in and out. It's a bag of grass, of rice, as said the Zen. Are you a bag of rice?
No.
If you say no, then you have to show it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I will call you bag of rice.
I don't know how to show it.
You have to show it to anybody. Nobody can take it anyway. It's not an attainment of somebody. This you have to hear. It's not like a very cheap bag of rice becoming basmati bag of rice. No, 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 no. It's not like that.
Hi, Ganga. I really don't want to speak, so I'm speaking because I know this just troubles me over and over again, and
What?
and it's to do with the person in the world, but I just have to say it.
Yeah,
So
sure,
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Don't be sorry. Yeah.
So
You see, one thing we speak of the world, the other thing we speak of the substance. In the world, it's totally, totally natural to react to circumstances. Okay? Okay. We are humans. Normally.
thank you. Yeah.
So I tell you one thing, and then I will stop and you can speak, but because I forget quickly. I forgot quickly. Very quick. It's not because one is, let's speak in the dramatic way. It cannot take whatever happens in a negative way in this world, and it can weep and we can react, and that he is not himself. The person is just reacting according to their temperament and circumstances. Okay? So it has nothing to do. You can completely weep, be revolted and whatnot, and still you are still you will not search and tell, oh, I'm reacting, I identify with that, so I'm not myself. No, once you have seen what is, you allow yourself to be natural in this life. Okay, I listen to you now. Thank you.
Well, actually, I experienced that after last satsang.
Okay.
I went to see my mother directly, and she touched on, as as mothers can, this thing that troubles me constantly, and she highlighted it, which is basically I can't, I feel that I don't have any ability in the world, that I just cannot, because I've committed my whole life to
Yeah.
this, I just cannot do anything in the world that seems to be a success, or whatever that means. So so she was touching on this, and I was in, the person fell apart, not in front of her, but afterwards.
Yeah.
And yet, and even more sensitive perhaps than had I been a more guarded person. And then I realized that this had nothing to do with who I am, and that state that I'm very grateful that we shared last satsang was still untouched. It wasn't, it was like, it didn't matter anyway, but this, I mean, it didn't affect it, but it was still, I was still fully in my personal response.
But you will always be.
Yes, I know, but this question of somehow I can't, it keeps coming to me, this, how do I live? This is so in the mind, and I know it doesn't, oh God. It seems like, having lived this path fully, I can't do anything in the world. I know that. I just need to say
It's okay. Some people are useless and some are useful. I mean, it's totally fine. And also, I would like to say a word about nothing to do. You see, don't forget the discretion is that itself, but in a shape. So we have to be careful also when we say it has nothing to do. Weep, it's okay. It's too much burden. You know, it's a society with so much focus on performances and useful and what not. You have the right, and you have a big family who think like you, who dedicated like you to something else. Those cuckoos are also have the right to live. That's it. You try to quieten down, no? But also, okay. But you are aware that it's your mind which eventually quietens down, yeah? Who are you? Because you dedicated your life for that, not only to have a quiet mind. Quiet mind, don't worry, will come later. This wild beast, you know, Don't trust that it will be quietened forever one day. Really not. So, just now, don't make effort to quieten your mind. One, 1, 0, 0. So what's the best? The better enlightenment in 0 or in 1? An urgency? Not to go back with the same? Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.